Hey guys, Sam here. Welcome to my first video on the channel and welcome to the first episode in what I hope to be a very long playthrough of Wartales. So I bought this game roughly a week ago and I'm really enjoying it. I have played a short first playthrough of the game in the first area and I really enjoyed myself, and I thought, well, I've wanted to start a YouTube channel again for a while now, and now that I have more time and I found a game that I enjoy, let's start it. So I hope you enjoy. This is my first video in a long time. I used to do YouTube when I was younger, so it's been a long time since that. So I apologize in advance if there are any technical difficulties or anything like that. I'm still learning again. So with that being said, I think we should just hop straight into it. I know roughly what setup I'm going to go for this playthrough. I have gone through all of these options and I've made a short backstory for our group. I thought that would be quite fun. So we will be men escorting merchants who lost their employer. That starts with some extra crowns, which would be nice. -2 medicine, which we need to watch that. I'm not sure how many medicine vials we start with, but -2 is something we definitely need to watch. But I think this would be fun, from a roleplay aspect as well. I've sort of fed that into the backstory for my characters. So let's choose your destiny. I think we should go for cunning fighters. That gives us a bit more experience and allows us to level up our characters a bit quicker, which would be good because we need to make them stronger. If they had a flaw, it would be eternal dissatisfaction. I think is the least egregious one. I'm not sure about carrying capacity, decreased by 1. See, if you have a big mercenary group, if you have 10 people, -10 carrying capacity is quite a lot, I think. So we're going to go eternal dissatisfaction. In my first playthrough, this didn't seem like a big debuff, so I think we will go for that. And region locked exploration, I believe that is what we want to do. And because I'm starting out as well, experienced, I found that to be a good difficulty. While I'm still learning the game, look, I'm not saying that I know a lot about this game. I've played it for about 10 hours. So I've actually gone ahead and created some characters already. So I'm going to make a cut in the video, create my characters with their names, and I'm going to walk you through their backstory that I've made for them as well. Alright, so here are our characters. We have Vesemir, Evalyn, Oscar, Esbern, and Roach. If you get the Roach reference, well, if you know, you know. So I have created a backstory for these characters. I thought that would be interesting and fun for you guys to follow along. And I'll put a picture on the screen of what I've written down. But just to run through it quickly, Vesemir here, he's been a mercenary for most of his adult life. He's no wife or children, and he's been dedicated to all of his prior employments. And the employer of this merchant convoy that we were leading gave him the responsibilities of leading the merchant convoy due to his experience, really. And then we have Evalyn and Oscar. Now these two are brother and sister, and they were born on a farm to poor parents. Their father died when they were very young. He died at war. He was sent off and he never came back. And they were raised by their single mother. The both of them accepted the job of escorting a merchant convoy as a way to earn some more crowns for their mother back at home. And lastly here, well, not lastly, we have Roach, but Esbern, He previously worked in guarding the local town, but was disillusioned with the principles and the morals of the town guard. He left the town guard, but on his travels back to his homestead he witnessed a bandit attack on a merchant convoy. He helped defend against the bandits and agreed to stay with the group as he feels he can still be a force for good. And lastly, we have Roach, who is a loyal steed of the merchant convoy, surprisingly enthusiastic for adventure. So he sounds like he's going to fit right in. I'm going to try my best. So obviously I'm still learning this game. I don't claim to be great, and there are many gaps in my knowledge when it comes to combat and everything like that. But I'm going to learn, and there's no guarantee that these characters are going to stay alive. But I'm going to try my best. You know, there's no story if there's no risk. So these characters could well die. But I'm going to try my best not to make that happen. So, without further ado, if you enjoy, please subscribe and like the video. But let's start. At the beginning, a mercenary's life is never easy. After a heated skirmish with bandits, the most opportunistic of your companions have fled, leaving behind a generous payment and furious client. Keen to make a few crowns, but not at the expense of their own lives, they now need to find a new job. Repairs and drinks won't pay for themselves after all. So that's nice, actually. That sort of leads into my own backstory that I've made for these characters. So here we are. So I'm going to try and essentially sort of roleplay a little bit as much as I can, because that's what I enjoy out of games. But it looks like we have some leftover bandits from maybe at the attack on the merchant convoy. So let's have a look. There's only 2. We took out most of them. When your turn comes, play any unit you haven't used. Okay. So, as I said, I have played one short playthrough, but I do have the basic understanding of how combat works. I don't usually play turn-based games like this, but I found them quite fun. So let's think here. We have sword and shield. We probably should put him up first, up front. We have Evalyn too. And then Oscar with the spear. Who goes first? Okay, so this poacher actually goes first. So if we use these 2 first, he might not be able to reach them. But let's try. Let's move Evalyn first. Evalyn will be our first attack on this playthrough. Nice. Now Esbern. Esbern can come behind. Actually, I want to get Vesemir in. He does 6 damage. All units in the area. Okay, I don't want to hit Evalyn, so you can hit your own mercenaries and your relationship will deteriorate if you do so. So maybe we just stick with Esbern here. Get some extra damage attacking from behind. And yeah, let's just stay here. I think this archer is going to attack Esbern or Evalyn. It's going to be Esbern, that's fine. And then let's move in Oscar. Oscar can come in here, get the flank. Nice. And then lastly, Vesemir. That's not what I want to do. Vesemir. Okay, I shouldn't hit anyone from this range. Let's try it. Oh, is it one of those ones that are lock preview? Okay, I don't think I attack this turn. Never mind, it is an attack. There are some attacks in the game where you attack the next turn. They do a lot of damage. We can use Wrath here. I'm going to use Wrath because the next attack is from this hoodlum. Nice. There we go. That takes that out of the game. And the end of the round. Nice. All 4 of our mercenaries will be able to attack this round, so we should be able to take out this poacher without them attacking. Nice. Now let's get... Damage is doubled if used from a distance. Let's try and combo this. Let's step back a little bit. Yeah, 9 damage. There we go. Those pesky bandits that attacked the merchant convoy are now dealt with. Got some more crowns. We're going to take that dagger, even though no one can use it right now. A dagger's good to have. Okay, so we have 3 medicine vials. That should be okay for now. I don't expect us to take too much damage early on here. Let's repair Esbern's shield. Oh, that's taking off. Here we go. Repair. We also have an aptitude point for Esbern here as well. So he has a club and a shield. Constitution. I think we're just going to put it into Constitution for now. And we have a specialization we can spec into as well. Vanguard, Smasher, Destroyer. Let's have a look at some of these skills. Relentless Charge. Disengages and charges in a straight line. 4 damage to all units in their path. Smasher. Poisoned Impact. Deals 4 damage to all units in the area. Applies weakening. Okay. This one seems good. We get heavy armor. Plus 3 constitution. Yeah, let's go with Destroyer. You know, I don't really have an idea of what classes these guys are going to be. We're going to find that out as we go along. Before I forget, I'm going to turn the music back up a little bit. Let's have a look at this sign here. West is to Stromkapp, east is to Tiltren jail. Let's have a look at this. What have we got here? The Plateau Stables.
When I think of how many people don't shoe their ponies, it makes me want to pull out the little hair I have left.
What's this, some horseshoes? I don't think we need any of this just yet.
Tell you what, buy a horse from us, and I'll throw in the horseshoes for free.
Ah, some free horseshoes. How much is it anyway? 180. Yeah, as I said, I don't think we'll need an extra pony just yet. We'll wait until we get some more crowns first before we think about that.
Although the war in Esbern has been a boon for my business, I cannot help but feel for my poor ponies. I can tell you aren't soldiers. Take them with you if you can. Otherwise, they would most likely end up dead on the battlefield through no fault of their own.
Oh, that's sad. But Berthram, we will come back for these ponies, I'm sure. Okay. So, we can steal stuff. But I think for the most part, I would like to instruct my mercenary group to not steal, try and fight for the good, you know. But let's have a look here. Stromkapp. We have a knowledge point. Let's have a look if we can spend that on anything. Rationing, run. The troop eats 3 less food. I think that would be good to start with. Yeah. Companions are now more sensible and ration their food. That sounds good. The last thing we want to do is run out of food. That's for sure. Let's speak to the Lady Mayoress Gontrande.
Are you mercenaries? I'll have you know that we do not take kindly to refugees in these parts. Why, you ask? Because they have overrun our streets and are now taking to the roads. Evalyn is sending our way anything with legs and a mouth that cannot wield a sword. You have your work cut out for you. There is no lack of honest folk in need of help to fend off the refugee menace.
That's interesting. So a little bit about our companions as well. Oscar and Evalyn here, they grew up on a farm. And they're seeing these refugees come in, they're taking up space. In some cases, they're even attacking and stealing and pillaging from farms. So these two, they are highly against refugees settling in these towns. They don't want anything to do with them. However, Esbern here, I think, he wants to stand up for the refugees. So when that does come up, I'm sure that will be a point of interest to speak about. But I mean, in Wartales, there's not much of an overarching story. It's more the story that you create with your mercenary group. So we're going to try our best to make a nice story with these guys. Let's first, we have some crowns to spend. Let's go to the apothecary clinic, because
my concoctions can heal the most grievous injuries. Be sure to hold on to the vials after using them.
I'd like to buy a few more medicine vials, I think. That's 5. That should be enough for now. And we need to decide. We've discovered alchemist. We need to decide who we're going to give some professions to. I haven't quite decided yet. But we'll see. I'm sure we'll come to that. We'll make a choice when we need to. So I think let's go to the inn. We can pick up some quests if we like. Let's speak to this informant here.
You. Yeah, you. You looking for work? I can give you tips and point you toward the best missions. The kind that pays much better than the measly rewards the Mercenary Guild has to offer. Of course, you'll then have to meet the client and meddle in other people's affairs. But at the end of the day, it's the number of crowns in your purse that counts, right?
That's right. So we can take... So these cost influence. We don't have enough for any of them at the moment. But there is a short regional story in each region. And these are, as far as I know, these are quests for those main stories. But we can find them just going about the world. And I think that's what we're going to do. Let's depart Stromkapp. We do need to rest soon, but we should be able to make it somewhere. Let's have a look at the map here. Let's decide. Let's go north. Let's see what's north. So it's been a day since the raid on our merchant convoy, and the decision that our group has taken to move on as a unit. Tiltren lumber mill. Hines. Speak to Hines.
I am terribly sorry, mercenaries, but there is nothing of interest for you here. This is but a simple sawmill, and I am its humble owner.
I get the impression that you aren't quite telling us the truth. It's not very many lumber mills have a bandit. Oh, ringleader. There we go. Not many lumber mills have bandits working at them. So let's see what's going on here. We have a trapdoor. Produced by an expert metalworker, this key probably opens intricate locks. That's funny. Let's take that. Let's go down. Ah. So this bandit has taken over this lumber mill. Let's speak to some of these
This
refugees.
woman promised us honest labour, and look what we got. We're treated worse than slaves, and the guard turns a blind eye. But then again, why would anyone help Eduranian refugees?
Don't hurt me! If they flog me one more time...
What's this? Work manual? A book dealing with traditional workmanship. That gives us a knowledge point. We'll definitely take that. Anything else here? Oh. So yeah, you can sort of click on different things in these rooms, and they either have something to take, something to steal, that sort of stuff. She's gone. We found out what she was hiding, and she's run. Oh.
Sadly for you,
She's back.
ransacking a slaver's basement tends to be a bad idea.
Okay, so there's 4 of them. So we can either negotiate with them or fight. I mean, let's think here. Before we fight, I mean, it's 4 against 4, and we probably could win this. However, I would like to upgrade some of our companions before we start fighting. I think that we're going to negotiate. We don't want to spill blood.
If you want to talk, you will have to prove your good faith. You did poke around my place after all.
That's true. I did look in a chest and I took a book. Okay, fine. 20 crowns. We'll probably get that back.
How kind of you. You wish to deal with me? I suppose you could bring in new employees and I'd give you wood in exchange. Very well, let's give it a go. Capture a refugee and bring them to me.
Okay.
Let me be clear. I have a heart and Tiltren is my home. I don't want some honest farmer, only an Eduranian refugee.
Okay, so we have a... Oh, so we have to bring them a refugee.
You have 2 days. After that, I'll assume you lot were taking the piss, and I will find you. Oh, and don't even think about telling the guard. I pay them handsomely to look the other way. You would hang in an instant.
Alright, so we have a conundrum here. Our companions don't really want to hand over refugees to outlaws. But we have 2 days and they will come after us. Okay, so I think the plan is we're going to rest here. It's almost the end of day 2 already. But we're going to rest. I think we need to come up with some sort of plan against these bandits. We definitely need to upgrade some of our characters here, but let's we don't have to rest just yet. We've got a bit more daylight left, but we need to keep this in mind. We have 2 days to bring back a refugee here. As I said, it's not something I was quite enthusiastic to do, but we'll see. Let's rest up over here. So we don't have much in our camp at the moment. We have a workshop. We should probably assign some professions actually. Let's think here. who would be our tinkerer? We have Vesemir. Out of the two, I'd probably say... Out of the four, sorry. Who would be a tinkerer? Maybe Vesemir. He has the experience. He's probably made lots of equipment over the years, repaired lots of equipment. Yeah, let's make Vesemir our tinkerer. I think that's a good choice. So we can add some more gear to our camp. I mean, we don't have any resources yet, but we'll be on the lookout for some resources. Let's put Vesemir working here. That will give us 2 raw materials during each rest. And let's finish the day off. That's voice crack. Let's finish the day off with some nice food. So we don't have much here. We've got bread and apples. Bread and apples make a good meal, right? So let's rest. So our troop is now well rested. We had a well-deserved rest after the few days we've had. Let's continue here. Okay, let's think what we can do. So there's some guards. I'm going to keep working my way up here. So as I said, I have played this game for about 10 hours. Just in the first area. So I do know roughly what is around and what some of these quests are. Found a Highland trackers camp. I'll speak to some of these guys.
Name's Brennan, Master Tracker. Our brotherhood is tasked with the culling of all the wild beasts on the continent. We reward hunters for their kills and protect the common folk from these vicious animals. If you want to join us and learn from us, you'll need to prove your worth and take part in your first hunt.
Get the Tiltren.
Come back victorious, or do not come back at all.
Envious of our war paint, are you? You're not the first.
They do look cool.
Sorry, mercenaries. Only those who have been initiated in our ways may sport these. To become part of the lucky few, you must travel to Ludern and ask the druid in the Tull's Glade. But be warned, the way there is fraught with danger.
Must travel to Ludern, okay. But I don't know where that is, but I believe it's a region that we won't be going to for a little while. Hunter Beggar.
Don't even bother trying to sell me your filth. I am in need of fangs to accomplish our ancient rituals.
And this is something we can work towards as well. When we defeat beasts, it's like boars, wolves, that sort of stuff, we can get fangs and we can exchange those fangs here for some good blueprints, it seems. Huntsman's handiwork. 500 fangs, okay. Well, we have something to work towards. But we have... Look at my inventory here. We have a Tiltren hunt. The report states that another body was found north of the stables. All points to the giant she-wolf Seeker. We have been hunting for several weeks now. So, where's the stable? Okay, the stables are here. I have done this quest before, and I found it quite difficult. So I think again, we're gonna do some more quests and upgrade our companions first before we do something like that. I wonder if we can change the name of our mercenary group here. The Loafers doesn't... I don't know, it just doesn't sound too good. I'm sure we can. I'm not sure where. So we've explored north. Maybe let's work our way back to Stromkapp. And maybe we'll go east. What's east? Let's have a look here. Tiltren Jail, County of Arthurs, is south. Let's go east. We have some merchants here.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
Some woods, comfrey, poetry book. Nothing that... In alchemy, nothing is wasted, not even the seemingly useless byproduct of another recipe. Okay, I don't think we should buy anything just yet. We should work on getting some more crowns, I think. Make sure we're picking up all this iron as well. Iron is really useful. Let's keep moving on here. What have we got here? Inspect. Cloth. So it looks like there's been some sort of ambush. So I do know if we press P we can zoom in actually. Yeah, it looks like there's some sort of ambush. Maybe a trading caravan has been ambushed. All their stuff's been stolen. Sinister cave. And a guard outpost. So I'm not sure how long I've been recording for. I don't know how long these episodes are going to be. I'm thinking in the range of 30 to 40 minutes maybe. So I think we have time to do some more things before we finish off the first episode here. Let's have a look at this guard outpost. Captain Rovend.
To think that we have to camp out here because of some pig-headed bandit. That Berthram will stop at nothing to terrorize the yokels. But when it comes to facing the guard, that's a whole other matter. You see that cave to the north? He's holed up in there. It's been 3 days and still he won't surrender. Berthram knows he's done for, yet he continues defending his lair with such doggedness that we have no choice but to starve him to death. That's why I need mercenaries. He doesn't know you. He might even let you in if he thinks he can convince you to help him. And once you've gained his trust, you can finish him off for us. We'll make it worth your while, I promise.
Okay, so the captain of this guard, he wants us essentially to go in there, act like we're calm. Let's accept this. This could be a good way to not only upgrade some of our companions, get them used to fighting, but also make some relationships with the guard. That might be useful.
Nothing is beneath him. Berthram stole 2 cows and a calf from my brother-in-law. In one night, his family lost everything.
I will never help the refugees after what happened. They are all just like Berthram. Lawless scoundrels, the lot of them.
Okay. Let's have a look at some of our companions first. So I really don't know if we're ready for this sort of mission. I mean, it's in the first area, we should be okay. Let's have a look. So we've been hired. There is Berthram. We've been hired to take out these bandits in this cave.
Ah, mercenaries. Did Fergus send you to help us? Rovend hired you to kill me. I beg of you, don't do this. We do not enjoy bullying the farmers, you know. We have no choice if we want to survive. Rovend is the one who must die. I will match his offer. In fact, I can pay you more. And you would be doing a good deed.
Once he is gone, the farmers of Tiltren will have no one to protect them. We won't have to force them to share their resources with us. Kill the captain. It's the only solution.
No, you can't do that. You can't kill the guards and then just expect the villagers of Tiltren to share their resources. Especially when you say you won't have to force them to share. I'm sorry, Berthram. We have to put an end to this. Let's kill them. Right. Here we go. How many of them are there? There's 1, 2, 3. Bertram's in the middle. Poacher goes first. But funnily enough, if that poacher doesn't move, which it probably will, the rock slide will fall. So maybe I'm going to hope for that poacher not to move. But let's get set up here. We have Esbern at the front, Oscar to the right, Evalyn to the left, and Vesemir up there. You know, if I can't quite reach the poacher. If I can engage the poacher where the poacher's standing, then maybe the rocks will fall on him, but I don't think I can just get there in time. I think we all have the same movement. Yeah, we do. Okay. With that being said, let us... I think that's a good setup. Let's focus this hoodlum. We should be able to kill this hoodlum before he takes his turn. So let's start with Esbern here. There we go. Let's start with weakening. So that means their damage is reduced by 50%. There we go. He's gonna shoot his friend. Oh, okay, never mind. Right, Evalyn. So annoyingly, that disengaged Esbern from that hoodlum there. But let's bring Vesemir in. He still can't quite reach. Okay, Oscar's kind of come in now. Damage is doubled if used from a distance. Yeah. This will be good actually. I will knock back this hoodlum into the range of Vesemir and then Vesemir can finish him off. Let's hope that worked out. It did. Excellent. Come on, Vesemir. Finish him off. Can't see, the pillars in the way. That's brutal. There we go. We took one out. We just have Berthram left. Okay. Let's move up Evalyn. She can engage him actually. Wait, is Esbern? Oh, that's the poacher. I thought that was Esbern for a second. But no, he's not in the way anymore of that rock. Right, Evalyn, let's push up. Let's attack Berthram. And we can end the turn. Nice, okay. So we have 3 attempts. Who goes first? Berthram goes first, and if we take out Berthram, he has the leader buff. So we should really focus him first. But I've just realised this rock slide is over Vesemir and Berthram. So we need to be careful. I think we need to actually move out. Let's think here. Can I stand in a way that means he still gets attacked? I think I can. Let's try this. So Vesemir can take out this poacher. Or do good damage at least. And then Esbern can move here. Here? I don't think that's in the range, but it might be, because the corner of the square is in it. I don't want to risk it. I'm going to move Esbern here. I'm going to end turn. I'm going to end turn here. Hopefully, this rock falls and kills Berthram. Oh, he moved out. He's attacking Oscar. That was big damage. Evalyn is weak. Right, in that case, let's attack you with that. End turn. Unlock the trait. Oscar has unlocked the resilient trait. Let's have a look at that. So you two are engaged there. So we have an opportunity to kill Berthram here. Let us engage Berthram here. Does he doesn't have weakening. Let's put weakening on him. So do need to be careful here. We need to remove that poisoning if we can. He has 4 stacks of poisoning on here. On Oscar. Let us move round here with Oscar. And attack from behind. And what I will do, it's not going to pose much of a threat, but Vesemir is lit as well. Let's do some damage to the poacher. See, Evalyn is really... I need to move Evalyn out of the line of fire, I think. If I move her here, I don't think Berthram will be able to reach her. Another poison. Oh, Oscar's lit. Oscar is low. Alright, let's think here. Who goes first? The poacher goes first. Let's take out this poacher first. Should be able to kill him this round. Let's end Vesemir's turn here. Let's let's probably try and kill Berthram here. Might be able to. That was 3 damage. Oh, Oscar is dying. We should be okay though. Esbern. Oh, Esbern can do a lot of damage here. Might be able to kill him. End Esbern's turn there. Okay, we can take out Berthram here. Let's move Evalyn back in. let's move her. Let's move her around this way. And kill Berthram. There we go. We're really low though. Galvanized, that's good. I don't know if this round will kill Oscar. He's poisoned. I don't know if it will. Let's see. I think we should be okay. Nice. Okay, let's end this. That's brutal. Okay, everyone survived. Oh, that was close. That was really close. Your group is overtired. Your companions might die of exhaustion if you keep walking. You really should rest. Believe me, that is what the first thing we'll be doing. Let us repair all of our equipment. We can heal all of our companions. Good job we bought some more medicine. That was a good move. Let's take some more crowns from the bandits, and we'll take the dagger as well. And we can level up Oscar. Let's think here. Let us just put it into strength. Get his strength up. And we can choose a specialization. Every time this unit kills an enemy, you gain 1 valor point. In combat. Let's choose Valorous Audacity, I think. Excuse me. Every time this unit ends their turn next to an enemy and is not engaged in combat. Okay. Not engaged. Every time this unit kills an enemy. Every time this unit ends their turn next to an ally and is not engaged. Let's choose this. I think this will be good. Because the plan is to not engage Oscar into the combat. The plan is to engage someone like Vesemir or Esbern who has a shield. Let's choose that. I think that's good. And we'll leave the human remains. We won't be eating human remains, even though I think we can. We're not going to do that. Captain Rovand, here we go. Hello.
So, Berthram is dead. My men and the good citizens of Tiltren will be glad to hear it. I must commend you for your courage and your devotion to our cause. Here is the reward the Lady Mayoress promised me. You deserve it. Goodbye.
Thank you. So we get 100 crowns, 25 influence, and 20 progress to the region scenario, which is great. The fate of Tiltren. The villagers no longer have to fear Berthram. So we don't have a thief. Who should we choose to be a thief? Oscar is giving me thief vibes. Do we even have a lockpick? I don't know if we do. We have 1. A golden key? This key is precious, but not as much as the treasure it keeps sealed. Is there a treasure chest in here somewhere? I wonder what this key is for. You'd think it was for this, but... Okay, let's... I mean, we can change it as well. Let's assign Oscar as a thief. Let's see if we can open this lock with 1 lockpick. I honestly... Oh no, there's 2 locks. I don't know if we can do this with 1. Let's try it. I think it's about here. There's 1. Oh, damn. Okay, we can make another lockpick. It's not the end of the world. Let's leave. We need to set up camp because our troop here... My stomach just rumbled. I don't know if that picked up on the microphone. Our troop is very fatigued at the moment, so let's rest after a hard battle. Hard fought battle that was. It's pouring with rain, which isn't great. But let's have a good meal. Let's have 3 bits of bread. And, well, I guess that's 6 apples. 2 apples, I guess. Let's rest. The refugee leader has caught wind. Okay. I missed that. But I think on the map that is, yeah, it's over here. The refugee leader awaits you in Haven. So we've just slain some refugees. Regardless of what they were doing, I don't think the refugee leader is going to be very happy with me. But I think we'll end the first episode here. We've done a fair amount, actually. We've got started. There's some more bandits here. Where are they going? Are they attacking the merchants? They're just running away. Our presence scares them. Anyway, yeah, so the first episode, I hope you guys enjoyed. The plan is to essentially play the entire game. I don't know how many episodes that will be, but we'll see. We're going to keep enjoying the game, we're going to keep progressing, and we'll finish on day 5. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, subscribe and leave a like, and let me know any tips that could make me a better player, because that was a close fight. First big fight in the game, and we almost lost a few companions. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next episode.